Rudolph, and today I'm making some nitrogen triiodide. You've probably heard of some other explosive compounds like TNT, trinitrotoluene, or C4, which is a plastic. Nitrogen triiodide is an example of a covalent compound, or a molecular compound. Are made typically by nonmetals who share electrons between them, forming individual molecules which are independent of all the other molecules around them. This is different from ionic compounds, which tend to make crystal lattice structures because the ions attract in all directions and they have these permanent charges on them. Binary covalent compounds like this one are named in a slightly different way than ionic compounds. We start by naming the first element, and then we name the second element and add two things. First, a prefix to denote how many there are, and the suffix IDE to denote that it's attached to the first element. So this one becomes nitrogen triiodide in the same way as a triangle has three sides. Some other molecules you might know are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and maybe this one would be phosphorus pentachloride. Safety glasses are a must as always, and for this one, ear protection. Nitrogen triiodide can be made by first putting some iodine into a beaker. Notice the dark gray purplish color to it, and then adding some concentrated ammonium hydroxide. The concentrated nature of the ammonium hydroxide kind of forces some of those iodines to get attached to the nitrogens, forming nitrogen triiodide floating around in the solution there. Now, nitrogen triiodide only does its thing when it's dried out, so we place a little bit of it onto a filter paper and allow it to dry for about an hour. Nitrogen and iodine they're connected to each other, but they really don't want to be connected to each other. As it dries out, it becomes really shock sensitive, so when I touch it with a meter stick or something like that, the reaction happens ridiculously fast, and you can see the cloud of purple vapor coming out of it. That's the iodine that is now back together with each other as diatomic molecules, and they're in the vapor phase at this point. The nitrogen, we can't see that, but that's the same thing and going off into the air.